What is up, everybody? This is FNH News Reviews and Tours with a brand new video to talk about top 10 reasons why you're not rich. Well, I don't know about top 10, but 10 reasons you're not rich. This is an article that actually showed up on my Facebook feed by money.com. So I said, you know what? I actually skimmed it. I didn't read it, but I skimmed it and I read the headlines. And I was like, you know what? I want to actually enforce and refute some of the claims. And again, since I'm actually trying to make, I know a lot of people want me to make more like money videos, how to make money videos. I thought, you know what, let's go into this. Some of the points looked really interesting that I want to indulge into and talk about, and give my opinions and perspective. So we're gonna get right into it. Number one, you spend money like you're already rich. I may read some of the art description if I don't understand exactly what they mean, but just by reading titles, I can already explain exactly what that is referencing, and if I agree or not. I agree. A lot of people spend money like they're already rich, and I'm gonna give you an perfect example of this. I have a friend. He makes decent money. I'm not gonna lie. He actually does make decent money, but he got a car, a leased car, Infinity Q60 or 50, one of those weird craps, and he's fairly young. And he's never had insurance before, so that makes your price spike up even more. And he pays about $1,000 a month with insurance for the car. I drive a shitty 2000 Ford, and I got it for $500, and I got it over a while ago. It's been probably been 5+ years, and I'm still driving that, and the car is perfectly fine. And in my head, I'm like, and I asked him, I'm like, why did you get that? Why wouldn't you just save the money and invest it, buy real estate or something else, put it in the stocks, or just save it? Screw it, just save it, throw it in a savings account. I wouldn't advise that, but I was like, throw it in the savings account. He's like, people who make less than me have a better car than me. I'm like, that is so bad. So the reason is, a lot of people do that because they're trying to impress others for some odd reason. And I mean, I don't want to say odd reason, I guess that's just how they were. And in my head, I'm like, but the thing is, it's not like he or other people say, oh, we don't want to be rich. They also still say, we don't have money, bro, we can't afford this, we can't do this, we want more money, it's not fair, the government taxes too much, it's this, it's that. I'm like, dude, no, you did this to yourself. Again, there's certain situations where people are very much in a bad place, where everything is screwing them and it's not even them, but they can't save because they're just not being paid enough, they can't find anything, a certain disability, a certain situation, a lot of things can happen. But there's a lot of scenarios where I just see people spending thousands on Yeezys and they're making minimum wage. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? This is not just stereotypical stuff. I know people that do this, so it's very odd, and that is a very true statement. You spend money like you're rich. There's no need to, dude. There's literally no need to. Anyways, you don't have a plan. I agree with this one. A lot of people don't have those short-term or long-term plans. They just don't know. They just say, we're going to work, we're going to retire. And I'm like, even the retire phase, did you plan for that? It's fine if you want to retire at 65, but did you ever plan for that? Did you ever think about, oh no, I'm going to have this much money in the 401k, in my Roth IRA, in my this, in my savings, in my investments? No, people just literally straight up say, oh, we're just going to work till, and then we're going to retire. No, that's just not how it works. You can't just become rich just working. You can't just do that. You need different passives or just different sources of income, whether it's through YouTube, whether it's through an investment, through some mutual funds, your retirement plan, like a 401k, your pension, your Roth IRA, your traditional IRA, doesn't matter, something. I truly do think a lot of people just don't have a plan, even if it's short term. Plan it out, writing it on a piece of paper or a notebook or Google Notes or freaking Apple Notes, it works. You have to write it down and know this is the plan, then check it off, this is done, this is done, this is done. Take little baby steps and keep going from there. It works. I may make a video on how to plan short-term and long-term plans and how to execute them. But yeah, I agree. Number two, I agree. So far we agree with two. Number three, you don't have an emergency fund. I agree with this. I think there was a study that said, does this state it? No, this doesn't state it. That majority of the Americans, a good chunk of them, don't have, I think, what was it, 90% or something, don't even have $3,000 saved up in their saving account. They don't have a fund. So if something, God forbid, happened, they're screwed. I'm like, yo, that's scary. If anything happens, just theoretically, you work a regular job, you don't have other sources of income, and recession hits and they have to lay off people. Usually that's the case, depending on the industry you're in. They do lay off people, and then obviously after it starts picking up, they rehire, etc., etc. But that happens, and if you don't have a fund to, in the meantime, to look for a job, even if it's paying less than the one you currently have or anything, you're screwed. You're gonna literally be homeless or whatnot. You should have a 6 month to 1 year plan And I think this says 6. Yeah, this says 6 months. You should have it. It's a thing to have. Whether it's through cash, whether you literally have gold just chilling at home, like something. You need something to back yourself up. Put it in a savings account. It's FDIC insured, up to 250 grand. You'll be fine. Do that. Like, you need something. You need something to have it. And it doesn't even have to be recession. That was just one example I gave because a lot of people in that scenario got screwed. It's America, so well, this is mainly for, I should say, Americans. Europeans wouldn't be in the situation. But medical, like, something can happen, and your insurance you may or may not have, it could not get covered. Like, it could be some insane bill, and God forbid something like that happen. It's bad. You started late. So I'm gonna read this one. I skimmed through this one last time. I didn't understand what this one meant. So your chances of become you started. I don't agree to this. The reason it's basically saying you're 40 and now you're starting. I don't agree to that. I agree in the perspective they're saying it, but I don't agree in the fully sense of it. The perspective they're saying is you started late, meaning you're 40 and now you're trying to get rich. Yes, they're in a traditional sense. If you invest now, you probably need to be more riskier, put a higher amount in there to get to the point to be a millionaire by 60, let's just say. In that sense, yes. In the sense of you can still be an entrepreneur, you can still start something new, like your own YouTube channel, your own business, your own thing. That I definitely disagree. You can always take that risk. You have that knowledge that no one else has. You're still young, even if you're that age. You can still take that leap. You can still go down that route and become a millionaire or rich. I don't want to say millionaire, rich. Whatever you define as rich. It could be financial independence. It could literally be millions and millions of billions of dollars if you want to go down that route. So yes, I kind of disagree to that. Number 5, you rather complain than commit. A lot of people say this. A lot of people. I have rarely ever said this, but a lot of people say stuff like, it's too expensive. I can't afford it. I can't do it. I'm in debt. I got student loans. I got this loans. Again, I know there's certain people who are either born in wealth or born very normal, so meaning they just have no debt. They just go to a regular school. They got a good job and they work. And then like you and even people who are poor, like all 3 situations, I've seen everything. Like I've seen from rich, normal to poor, making excuses. Like even the rich ones will make excuses to a certain degree. Like people complain like, no, it's too much, the bills are too high, this is. You can't say that. You have to have that drive and energy to push and keep going. You can literally, again, I know what I wouldn't recommend it, but you can have 2 jobs. You can even have 3 jobs. You can do stuff on the side. There's always, especially now because of the internet, you can do so many things. Affiliate marketing, YouTube. You can literally do Uber depending on where you live. You can do freaking like Postmates or DoorDash, like all those different delivery services, Uber Eats. If you don't want to do taxi and whatnot, like you can do all those different things and earn some extra cash and pay some stuff off faster than you would have, like the credit card bills off, your student loan off. If you have a house, great, mortgage, screw it, why wait 30 years? I know there's some tax implications. I personally like to be debt free as much as possible, so to pay it off as soon as you can if you want to. Like, why wait 30 years? Paying all that interest, get it out earlier. Like, I agree with number 5. So far, like 4 agrees, 1 if-ish, kind of agree, depending on how you like look at the perspective. Number 6, you live for today in spite of tomorrow. A lot of people do this. Mostly young people would do this. I definitely don't do it. They like to say, oh, we're gonna just go spend 10 grand on a vacation. We're gonna go freaking clubbing every single night. We're gonna buy drinks every single night. No, that's not how it works. It's better to actually start saving young and investing young, where you can actually retire, and a lot of people have by the age of 30 or 40, and then you can go live your life with your wife and kids if you want to have kids with your wife and kids and or just spouse, I should say. Like, just go enjoy your life then. But people say, no, let's do it now. And even when people try to do it now, you can even then save and do like life hacks and go to trips. Like I remember I went on a Japan trip for a week and I spent total 1 grand. And yeah, that's how much I spent. I might even make a video on like how to do life hack budgeted trips. So 6, I agree. You're a one-trick investor. Not exactly sure what that means. So let's see. You might be lucky enough to become rich. Putting your eggs in one basket. Oh, I understand. Not a lot of people do this in general. Like people who just talk in general, they don't even have investments. They don't even have a 401k. They don't have a Roth IRA. Yeah, those people, I can see them. Maybe they just put like 10 grand or everything. Like let's just say Apple, and then it drops, and they're like, shit, screwed. Or like some other company, or like crypto. I'm for crypto, but I can see people just going into the hype when it's 19k, putting 100 grand there, and now it's 3k. I can see people doing that, and again, there's stories out there where people did do that and they got screwed and they sold it, and after they obviously lost the money. Never do that. Always diversify, and it definitely helps. I try to diversify my portfolio. I'm a real estate guy, so I tend to stay very real estate-ish. So like either physical or through REITs, so I try to stay in that perspective, and not too much of a stock in general company guy. So I try to stay in that perspective, but even then, I still diversify my like my eggs in. Basically, I don't put my eggs in one basket. I put it in like different types. Even the REITs I do it in, it's different types. So yeah, definitely agree with this one. Don't be a one-trick investor. You don't automate. Not exactly sure what that is. I don't know if they're talking about automatically setting. Oh, I think it's talking about like automatically setting up. Oh, so there's a lot of apps for this. I may do like a review on like the top 5 automated apps to help you do this, because a lot of people, I don't know why, it's just a thing, I guess, where they don't know how to save. So when the their paycheck comes, which I'm assuming is the majority of the people watching the video in general, they just spend it. Like, they pay all these different bills, and they're like, oh, where'd the money go? Like, if you actually automated it and had those specific apps I'm talking about, they literally link to your bank account, checking account, and they'll literally forcefully put in a savings account, put this much aside for bills, put this much aside for like outdoor events if you want to, or food or something, dinner. Like, they'll budget it for you, and they'll tell you like, this is how much you'll save based on how much you're making. That I would actually agree. And again, I would want to make a video for that. I don't do that because I don't need to. I feel like I just save very best. I just do it very, because I don't spend a lot on a lot of crap anyways in general. I don't know, I'm just a frugal guy, so maybe that's probably why. Could be wrong. You have no sense of urgency. This is the huge factor. I agree definitely with this one. So far I agree with 8. 1 is a maybe-ish from the 9 we see, and I'm positive I see number 10. I agree with that also. But number 9, you need to have this sense of urgency. Like, if you want to be rich, or you want to get to that point, you can't just be chill about it. You can't just be like, it'll happen, or something will happen, or someone will save me. Where a lot of people, I feel, are entitled, thinking, oh, someone should save me, the government, or someone should pay for it. Or, like, that's a terrible mentality. Yes, you can ask for help, but I feel like you should always have that drive where you want to get out of it yourself. You want to pay for it yourself. You don't want mom to save you, or your dad to save you, or the big old government to come swoop in and save you. I feel that's weird. Maybe it's a different ideology I have. I definitely wouldn't like it in that perspective. Again, there's nothing wrong with asking for help to a certain degree, but asking everyone to fix all your problems is just stupid. I feel like that's weird. That's odd. Very odd. Number 10, you're easily influenced. This is extremely simple. I'm just going to use like millennials, myself as an example. I tend to not do this at all, but people on Instagram, like Facebook, or I should say now Instagram, Facebook's like kind of dead in that sense. People see these like lavish lifestyles and all these different things, and they're just so easily influenced. They're like, I want to be this girl, I want to be this guy, I want to live his or her life, I want to just do all these crazy things that he or she is doing, I want to just lavish out, like I said, 10,000 on this festival, like people did for the Fire Festival. If you've ever watched it, heard about it, sorry, watch the documentary on Netflix or Hulu and see what people did. See what people literally did. I don't know if it was Hulu or Netflix who spoke one, where people literally sold everything to live that life. And I'm like, dude, these are rich kids. Most of them are rich kids who got wealthy parents who are just taking their freaking money and buying the tickets and all these VIP packages. But there were normal people, because it was somewhat targeted to normal people, saying you can live this rich and luxurious Pablo Escobar life. I'm like, no, just stop it. You can go to the Bahamas for a cheap price, man. Norwegian Air goes to like Guadalupe and Port, I don't know how to pronounce that place's name, for like $200, dude. You can go to the freaking Bahamas if you want to. You can go to the Caribbeans if you want to. It's cheap. You don't have to pay that much. How much? I feel like you can even go to Jamaica, or like, God, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm gonna make a budgeted travel trip video as well, because I know you can definitely go there. But like, I'm like, you can do all those things. Like, you don't have to go crazy. You don't gotta pay $100,000 for a fake villa. A fake villa. It didn't happen. Watch the documentary. It's pretty fun. So, yeah, that's my top 10 response, or I should not top 10, but just get, I guess, the 10 things that aren't making you rich. And 9 out of 10 I agree. The other one, it's a half, depending on what perspective you view it as. So I would say money, you got it on the point. This is a fairly old article. I don't know why maybe they updated it, hence why it popped up on my feed. Or maybe they just wanted to share it again. But yeah, this was actually like very informative. I actually liked reading it, and do let me know if you want me to keep making videos like this. This was actually fun. I like giving my perspective. I like giving my opinion. You guys can always ask me questions if you ever need help with anything. You can always ask me. I am still fairly young, but I'm still a fairly experienced guy. I've seen a lot of things. I've hung out with a lot of people with a lot of experience, so that helps me get different perspectives from everywhere. So I would like to help you guys. If you have questions, if you want me to do a series like this, maybe live streams, I'm open to that, to like just live streaming, talking about certain topic. You can guys keep commenting on the side. Do let me know. I'm open to those different ideas and whatnot. But yes, this is the video. So overall, if you liked it, definitely give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. And on that, FNH out. Peace.